Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell by the title, today's video is going to be all about easy hairstyles for back to school. And I can't even think of the last time I filmed a hair tutorial, so I really wanted to film this today because first of all, everybody loves easy hairstyles for back to school because you don't have a lot of time in the morning to get ready and you kind of just want to sleep as long as possible. And secondly, I've been wearing my hair a certain way in a bunch of videos recently and you all have been begging for me to do a tutorial, so I thought I would finally include that in today's video. Also, I wanted to mention that you can definitely do all of these on natural hair, or if you would prefer to curl or straighten your hair, you can obviously do that too. If you're wondering, my hair right now, these are actually second day curls, and if you don't know how I curl my hair, I filmed a video on that a few months ago, and so I will put a link to it down below. It's a super easy tutorial. It takes me like 5 to 10 minutes to do it, and these are second day curls, so I curled my hair yesterday and slept on it, and this is what they turn out like after the second day. Alright, so now that I've said all of that, let's go ahead and get into the first tutorial. Alright, so I wear my hair like this all the time and it's super easy to do. So you're going to start by taking a section of hair at the top of your head on the side of your part that has more hair. And then you're going to split that into 3 sections and do one braid just normally. So just do one section over the other and then do that one over. And then you're going to start adding in small sections of hair from both sides. So I just add in a little bit from the bottom and then you continue braiding, and then I add in a piece from the top and continue braiding it in, and I do that all the way back to the end of my part, and then once I finish with that part, I just braid it all the way down to the bottom. It's really easy, and after you practice for a while, I promise you'll get the hang of it. Alright, so once I tie it off with a hair tie, I just kind of like to loosen it and play around with it a little bit to get it situated how I like, and that is it. It's super easy, and I wear my hair like this pretty much every day. I love it. Alright, so if you like this hairstyle but prefer to wear your hair in a ponytail, or if you like need to put it up for sports practice or anything like that, it's super easy to just put it in ponytail form. All you really have to do is undo the braid and pull it back away from your face so that way it'll lie correctly when you put it into a ponytail, because if you just kind of braid it like down with the rest of your hair like we did the first time, it's going to stick out and it's not going to look right. So you just kind of have to pull it backwards and then you can just tie it off with a ponytail and it looks perfect. Alright, so this next hairstyle is the braided headband, and I promise it's way easier than it looks. So you're just going to start by taking a section of hair from behind your ear, and depending on how big you want the headband to be, how wide you want it, you can use more or less hair. Mine was pretty small, but you could obviously just use more hair, and then that way yours will be wider. And you're just going to take that and brush it the opposite way of your head, so that way it'll lay flat when we put it down as the headband. And then once you do that, you're just going to divide it into 3 sections and start braiding it all the way to the end and tie it off with an elastic. So next, I just started playing around with my hair and making sure that I liked how it looked and that the headband was laying down flat. You kind of have to play around with it, and you can sort of cover up the messy parts with other hair, and then you're just going to put it behind your other ear and just place it in with a few bobby pins, and it should stay perfectly, and you can just kind of play around with it, and that is how it turns out. I love this one. I think it's so pretty and it's really, really easy. So this is the next hairstyle, and it's also pretty easy. So to start, you're going to take a pretty small section of hair from the side of your part that has more hair, and I'm just dividing that into 3 sections. We're going to be French braiding this, but kind of with a twist. I'm only going to be taking sections of hair from the bottom. So as you can see, I'm adding in a piece of hair to the bottom part, but I am just braiding the top part in normally. I'm not adding any hair to the top part, and you can obviously add hair to the top part if you want to. I just like how it looks just adding it on one side, and I just think it gives it a really unique effect. And so I'm doing that down pretty far, as you can see, and then once I get to a certain point, I am just braiding the rest of the hair all the way down and securing that with an elastic. And then I'm just loosening that braid up a little bit so it doesn't look as harsh, and I'm kind of playing around with it. And next you're going to take another small section of hair from the other side of your part, and you could also French braid this one if you want. I just decided to braid this one normally though, so I just braided it all the way to the bottom and again tied that off with an elastic. And next you're just going to take the two braids and pull them to the back of your head and tie those together with an elastic. You could also use bobby pins to hold them in place. Bobby pins just don't really stay in my hair because I have really thick hair. So I just tied it off with an elastic, and that is how it turned out. I love it. I also thought it would be fun to accessorize with a cute bow, so I just put in this cream colored one. You could also use like a ribbon or something like that, but that's totally optional. I just love bows. I think they're adorable. So that was it for this hairstyle, and the last one is going to be this fishtail braid. So this first step is totally optional, but I am just taking a section of hair from the front of my head and twisting that backwards and securing it with one of these clips. And I just like to do this because I have layers in the front of my hair, and so this helps with the front pieces from falling out of the braid later on, but again, that's just optional. And then I am bringing all of my hair over to the side of my head, and if you don't know how to fishtail braid, it's pretty easy. You just divide your hair into two sections and then start by taking small pieces from the outside and bringing them over to the other section of hair. So it's pretty easy, it's pretty self-explanatory, and I just want to say that the smaller sections of hair you use, the more intricate your fishtail is going to look. So I use kind of like medium sections of hair, but you could also use really small sections or big sections if you wanted to. It just depends on how much time you want to spend on it. And once I got down to the very bottom of my hair, I again just tied that off with an elastic, and I kind of loosened it up a little bit just to make it look a little more bouncy. And that was it for this fishtail braid. Super cute and super easy. Alrighty, so that was it for this back to school hairstyles video. I really hope you guys enjoyed and that you found some inspiration and got some new ideas on how to style your hair for back to school this year. If you try out any of these hairstyles, be sure to send me a picture on Twitter, or you can DM it to me on Instagram if you want to do that. I would love to see. And yeah, that is all for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!